I install a camera in my house right by the door, so anybody coming in, I can kind of see their face as they walk through, or as they ring the bell. You can see it from the inside. So I chose a Nest camera, but one of the problems with having a stone facade is it's really hard to drill through. Luckily, I already have this Newton ringer thingamajigam, so I decided to take it off. You should have seen it earlier, actually. Obviously, I didn't just take it off. This was full of wasps. It was a mess. Apparently I have a hole. So after much tracing of the cable with the tracer tool, I found it leads to this here electrical outlet. We're gonna try to take the Nest camera cable and fish it through. Now the issue, of course, is that Nest, in their infinite wisdom, have put a big old end on their camera. We have this big fat USB connector, which is very much not made for fishing. I really wish they made this modular, where you can plug in a much smaller maybe connector in the back and lets you fish it through the wall. But we're stuck with what we have, and what we're gonna do is cut this guy and then try to solder it together. Wish us luck. Speaking of tracing, by the way, this is the tool you need to trace a cable. What you do is you turn on the tone on this end, and then using the inductive sensor, you can kind of guess where the cable is, even through the wall. So the way this practically works is you connect the alligator clips to the wires. Now, of course, make sure these are not wires that have any kind of electric load going over them, otherwise you will probably melt the device. So you connect them like so, you turn the device on, and now it's sending that pulsing sound through these wires. On the far side, using the inductive sensor, you can sort of hear the whining noise and hopefully trace it. Now this is actually very difficult, and it took me a long time. Patience is your friend. But this is how it's done without making lots of holes in your walls. So we disassembled the entire electrical box, and we found this cable. Now we're gonna try to fish from the back and see if we can get a lead over in here. So now comes the fateful moment. We are going to have to cut the USB cable of the Nest. As expected, we have 4 leads in here. After we pull it through, some soldering. So the next step in this little endeavor is to fish this cable through this hole. Fishing is the technical term for pulling a wire through. Now we're going to use this cable as a guide. So we're going to tape this guy to this guy quite securely, make sure they don't pull apart, but also try to keep it very tight. So the cables are now secured together, and it's really helpful to have one person, my dad, pull the cable from the one side while another person is trying to guide them through. A little bit of fishing later and things are going very smoothly. Just feed the cable through and we seem to have had contact. Next, what we have to do is clean those wires up so we can expose them. I was thinking about soldering initially, but now I'm thinking I'm just going to use caps. It's a low-tech solution that's going to require less work. Here we have the cable exposed. There is a shielded middle pair, and then there is the red and black. I'm thinking we're probably only using the red and black for power, but we'll make sure we connect all of them. The wires on both sides are prepared, and now I'm going to look for a wire stripper. So here we have the connected cables. We're going to apply ample amounts of additional duct tape. Then I'm going to use an old adapter I have from something. I'm not sure what this is from, but it seems to be powerful enough, instead of basically the original Nest adapter. And then we're going to kind of run the cable for the camera past the electric box, around the electric box, and plug in the front. Certainly better than any alternative of punching holes in my walls, which, kind of want to avoid punching holes in your walls. Drilling through, even through the cement, is a bitch. So after much trial and tribulation, we have our bracket in the wall, and now we have to mount the camera, which is the fun bit. Cut lunk, and there she is. Now we just finished setting up the cable. We're going to use a bit of silicone here in a little bit to seal up this hole, but overall, not bad, not bad. Pretty sexy, pretty good job, if I may say so myself. Now, of course, we're not done yet because we are yet to connect the cables. Is the USB going to hold? More at 11. So my dad, affectionately known as the king of duct tape, just completed this. And now we will connect the USB port. And now it's time to connect it to the power. Connect it to the power established. The moment of truth. Is there a blinky light? And indeed, the blinky light is blinking. So there is, as always, the moment where the camera is staring back at you. It looks like a very futuristic addition to this very traditional looking doorway. It appeals to my cyberpunk nature. So now, can I put together an electric box back again? And here we are, the finished product. We have the cable coming from behind the outlet and plug in the front. If you want to get super fancy, you can do it all in the back, but that's probably a fire code violation. We now have a working camera. Now, of course, the truth is always in the proof. Oh, the truth is the pudding is in the truth. The fact is, we have a solid light and we have a almost completed project. We need the silicone. It's another story that is going to be told another time.